you suffer with dry, dehydrated skin, then you may very well know that finding the right skincare routine for you can be extremely challenging. Dealing with issues of tight, dull, dry skin can really take the fun out of skincare. But with a little help and guidance and the right products, you can get your skin hydrated and glowing in no time. We chat to dermatologist Dr. Ian Webster on what should we be doing to keep our skin healthy and hydrated. Dr. Ian, welcome back to the show.
Thanks very much. Thanks for having me.
Oh, Dr. Skin, dry skin, oily skin, and combination skin. I mean, how would you diagnose someone with dry skin? And what are some of the signs you'd be looking for?
Well, first of all, on the history, it's often people that have had a dry skin since birth. They might have a history of asthma or hay fever, and often their skins look red, scaly, rough, cracked, and sort of a lifeless-looking skin.
Is dry skin genetic, or is it something that's formed over time? Why is it that some of us form dry skin and suffer from it?
Yeah, it's purely a genetic abnormality. There's a whole group of conditions called the Ichthyosis, where there's a defect in the proteins in the top layer of the skin, and it's reasonably common. So just some people are just born with that. Most of us are born with a normal skin. And then often if we use the wrong products, harsh soaps, etc., then we can dehydrate our skin or dry it out.
Wow. Now, over the past few months, Doc, many of us have remained indoors in dry, cold conditions. Now, how do these factors and many other factors contribute to dry skin?
So especially in the high veld, where it's cold and the humidity is very low, that is where your skin will get dehydrated and much drier. So just the cold air holds less water in it, and as a result of that, it becomes drier. Also, heaters, fires, all those sort of things, heating often will also dry out the skin.
Wow. But then, Doc, if we look at the spectrum then, what are some of the more serious conditions or forms of dry skin?
So the more serious ones, I've mentioned the Ichthyosis. There are many different types. There is one called the Harlequin fetus, where a child is born with this very dry skin, and that unfortunately might be fatal at birth. And then the other, which is very common, is what we call atopic eczema, and that goes with asthma, hay fever, eczema. They all go together. And in those patients with atopic eczema, you might get nasty secondary bacterial infections. You might even get a secondary herpes virus, where it's called eczema hepaticum. And those children or patients sometimes need to be admitted to hospital. So they can sometimes be more serious.
Wow. But then, Doctor, I'm going to ask you right now to be quite specific in your answer. For those people with dry skin types, what would the most ideal skincare routine be?
Well, as a general principle, you want to take less fat out of your skin and put more back into your skin. Now, it's a little bit more tricky with this COVID pandemic because, especially with washing your hands, you want a bit of foam. So it's the foam or surfactant that kills off the virus. So if you're washing your hands, you want to use a cleanser that is mild, preferably close to the normal pH of your skin. Your normal pH of your skin is 5.5. So if you're washing your hands and you want to get rid of the COVID virus, you want a slightly foaming cleanser close to the normal pH of your skin. It's a personal preference whether you want a bar of soap or a liquid cleanser. But if you're just at home and you're just showering or washing, then you don't necessarily have to have a foaming cleanser. Then more creamy cleanser. And then you want to apply a moisturizer that is similar to the normal fats in your skin. So you've got fats in your top layer of your skin. So they're moisturizers that mimic the natural fats in the skin. And these are often free fatty acids, cholesterol, ceramides. So you want to look at ingredients in the moisturizer that actually mimic your natural fats in the skin.
Wow. Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Ian Webster, for breaking down how people suffering, unfortunately, with dry skin can bounce back and bring back that hydration and bring back that clean skin that we all so fondly look forward to. We appreciate you as you usher us into spring season. Goodbye.
Bye. Thank you very much. Thank you.
The dry South African climate can be harmful to your skin, especially if you're already battling with dry skin. It's time to take charge of your skin. Dexeril skincare range is formulated specifically to treat dry skin and conditions such as atopic dermatitis, giving your skin the love it deserves.
Do you have dry skin caused by hand sanitizing? Keep the moisture balance with Dexerol, scientifically proven to restore dry skin. Dexerol, evidence makes us.
Express yourself.
You only have one skin. Nourish it and wear it bravely.
Express yourself.
Free to be you. Live, work, play, sleep. Allergy-free with Allergex Non-Drowsy. It's officially spring, and for some, that means enjoying the beautiful outdoors and flowers blooming, but for others, it's allergy season. It's important that those who suffer with seasonal allergies are prepared for what's to come and have the right set of tools to get them through the season. Allergex Non-Drowsy assists in alleviating allergy symptoms, allowing you to live allergy-free. In light of Spring Week and allergy season, Allergex Non-Drowsy is giving away 2,000 Rand cash to 5 lucky winners. All you have to do is reply to the competition post on the Afternoon Express Facebook page and Twitter page and tell us what triggers your allergies. Don't forget to use the hashtag #LiveAndPlayAllergyFree. Competition closes on the 4th of September 2020 at midnight, and terms and conditions can be found on afternoonexpress.co.za.
Fruits of the Forest from Clover just added real cereal crunch. A symphony of fruit, oats, seeds, and granola crunch. Fruits of the Forest. Real fruit, real cereal, real taste.
Made with love by Clover.
Welcome back from the break, guys, and thank you for joining us again. When you're in need of a little snack indulgence, but with a bit of a healthy kick, then look no further than our Fruits of the Forest fritters. We combine this delicious Fruits of the Forest with cereal to make these fruity delights. They're perfect to whip up for those moments in between lunch and dinner when you're feeling a little peckish. Or greedy, like you said.
Yeah, I'm a greedy girl.
Well, anything that's sweet for me, I've got quite a sweet tooth. So anything that's sweet for me, I love. And I love the fact that we're combining sweet and sort of healthy and delicious and crunchy and texture. That's why I love these Fruits of the Forest berry snack.
Guilt out of it, darling.
Let me get into it, South Africa. So how we're going to start is we're going to start with the wet ingredients this time. I've got some eggs in here. So I'm just going to whisk these into our bowl. So what you've got over there is you've got a couple of different ways that we're going to decorate these beauties that I'm going to make right now. So I'm going to make the batter, pass you a few, and then you can just
Just a
do
few?
your thing. Well, okay.
Yeah, just
as
pass
many
them
as
to
you
me.
like.
Yeah, I'll make some little toppings.
Okay. So I'm going to start by just whisking our eggs here, and then we go in with our star of the day, which is our guava flavor.
Oh, delicious.
Yes, but obviously they've got such a range that you could use any of the flavors that they have. They've got the strawberry and cranberry, they've got the red berries, and luckily all of them have cereal.
Well, that's the fiber, darling, that takes the guilt out of it.
Exactly.
And it's got vitamins.
It's got 10 vitamins to
Yeah,
be
you
exact,
go, girl.
guys. So you're not going wrong here. You are not going astray. We are not leading you astray. These are definitely divine. I'm going to whisk these together as well. And obviously, if you want the recipe, guys, go on to afternoonexpress.co.za and make sure you get yourself this recipe and basically the steps on how to actually make the recipe itself. I've just gone in with some sugar, some salt, and some vanilla essence, and we just whisk this together. So this is the wet part of our recipe.
I'm doing wet with some clover milk over here.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, go in there, girl. So
I
we're
want
going
to melt
decorate
some
it
chocolate.
a couple of different ways. So you're melting some chocolate over there. I've also got some dried guava over here. Just add this into this mixture. And the reason I'm adding it first is because I want to break it apart into this mixture before I add the rest of my wet ingredients, rather my dry ingredients. So I'm just going to work this together before I whisk it together with the rest of the ingredients. So I'm using dried guava here, but you're more than welcome to use any other dried fruit. And like we mentioned, because there's such a range with these fruits of the forest dairy snack, you can use any of the flavors that they have, and it actually will turn out the same, just as delicious, just as fun to make. All right, so now that I've mixed everything together, I'm gonna go in with our self-raising flour. It's also another cop-out because it's already mixed for us. I don't have to worry about so much baking powder.
But
so much baking soda.
that's the beauty of the ease of this. You know, you couldn't even go and have a bath because you would spend more time in the bath than it takes to put this delicious snack together.
I know, right? So you would have to whisk this if you'd like to, but you know me, I like to just go in because why not? And then we're just going to mix this together nicely. It's going to come together very nicely like a thick little dough, and that's exactly what we want. We want to be able to drop it into our oil because we don't want it to be too runny. So let me just switch to my spatula now and then just fold this together. And now I'm going to start dropping them into the oil. And I've got a little trick for you, South Africa. When you start dropping it into the oil, also make sure that you oil your teaspoons or spoons. So I start off with putting it in the oil like that first, and then we shape it into little dollops
That
of
is such a good tip.
beautifulness.
Because otherwise it sticks.
Correct.
And you have this thing hovering over the pot, and that's dangerous, and then it plops in and you burn yourself.
And then next thing you know, instead of being in the kitchen, you're lying in a hospital bed and nobody wants that.
You don't want to be in that bed, baby.
Yeah, especially with all this COVID, we're trying to make sure we stay as far as we can from the hospital, so please stay safe. If you're working with children, please make sure they are as far away as possible from the oil. They can help with the batter, but everything else, when it gets to the oil, please try and keep them as far away as possible. And this is basically it. We're going to keep dropping them in here and making sure we oil our spoons. They're going to puff up because of the self-raising agents in there and look all beautiful and delicious. If you want to make them bigger, you're more than welcome to do that. It's completely up to you. They actually remind me of amakwenya.
Yes, they do indeed. That's our version of it, right?
It
And
is.
you know what I love about this? You could use these for kiddies' birthday parties.
Exactly, like
'Cause
a
it's-
perfect little snack.
Yeah, because it's just the right size, because you don't want to be giving our kids too much sugar because they bounce off the walls. But if it is, it's a nice, healthy alternative.
It is.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, me too, actually.
I can taste guava and corn in there with a bit of chili and coriander.
I know, right?
Okay, so what I've made here, Tums, I'm making just a little bit of glaze. The chocolate, what I would do with this is I'm not going to do chocolate now, but you can just pop this into the microwave literally for a second, just sort of warm your milk up and it'll get your chocky melting beautifully. But I'm looking at these lovely little hundreds and thousands, and I thought, now that would be quite glorious.
And even though, like you mentioned, it's a perfect snack for the little kiddies, I feel like the little kid in me is actually saying, I want these for myself. So these would work for adults, children, Working, not working, home, not home. They work for anything. You could actually pack them as a lunch, as a snack.
No, but you could.
You could.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so I'm going to hand you your few
Beautiful.
so you can start decorating there and showing South Africa your decorative prowess.
Oh, there we go, girl.
So obviously you want them to be nice and golden brown on the outside, and that makes sure that they're actually cooked through. So I'm just going to keep
And they
dropping.
float on top, which
Yes.
which gives you, it says, it tells the whole story.
Correct, yeah. So that's when you know that they're ready to make. So I'm just going to give you a few here so you can start showing South Africa the different ways we can dress it up. I mean, as it is, it's perfect. It's ready. But we like going over the top. That's how we roll.
Okay, so I am going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'll keep 2 to go into my cheeks. I'm going to do a little one of those.
Okay.
With a bit of that, and then just this bit of drizzle on. As I say, you can put melted chocolate. There's so much that one can do.
That is one definite guilt-free indulgence right there.
Totally. Don't let anybody make you feel guilty.
No, why not? I mean,
Look at this.
body confidence, so you can eat whatever you want to eat as long as it makes you happy.
I think this will look lovely on a birthday party table. Look
Wow.
at that.
I definitely agree with you. And South Africa, to get this recipe, head on over to afternoonexpress.co.za.
Fruits of the forest from Clover just added real cereal crunch. A symphony of fruit, oats, seeds, and granola crunch. Fruits of the forest. Real fruit, real cereal, real taste.
Made with love by Clover.
Okay, ladies, I see what we're doing here today. We've decided to end off our day with some delicious tea, and I'm here for it.
Let's do it, girl.
Let's do it. So today's episode was super quick, super short, but you know, these 30-minute shows I love on a Wednesday because it allows us to tackle the things that we need to be fixing in our lives, like fitness, health, strength.
Mm-hmm. But we don't miss out on the recipes because we want to make sure after you've done all of that, you have a delicious, amazing snack or meal to top it all off.
Midnight snack. They're so quick. They're
I know,
so
right?
quick. You can
That's
do
what I'm
it before you go
thinking
to
right
bed.
Stunning, ladies. So today's show, what really resonated with you? I think talking to Nicole for me, she's got that incredible exhibition coming up towards the end of this year and of course next year, where she's challenging women to climb a mountain.
Yep.
The only thing I can climb are stairs into my bed. That's about it, guys. But I wouldn't mind because I like challenges.
And for you, Jenny?
You know, the doctor with the dry skin thing, because we are all suffering from that. Look, we're in winter. And then obviously with washing our hands and all of that. I mean, for us in the kitchen.
I know, exactly, with constantly having to sanitize. So dry skin, it's great that we got some advice on that point.
Yep.
And what I love about it is because, you know, I have a younger brother who suffers from dry skin, so much so that it exhibits itself in eczema and dry itchiness, flaky inflammation. So I love the fact that he's also personally used Dexeril and it's come through. I love that, ladies. But thank you for today. I'm very excited for tomorrow because it is going to be a Thursday, the 3rd of September. We're in spring, ne? So it's time to look good, feel good, and it's time for you to say goodbye. But join us tomorrow again. Stay safe. Happy eating.
Cheers.
Afternoon Express. Made with love by Clover.
Another feel-good production.